Okay, let's have a look at some product testing methods. There's 5 that we're going to look at today. The first being a user trial. Very obvious thing that is tested with a user trial are new drugs that come onto the market. So we've got here several patients in a hospital bed, probably receiving a flu vaccine or something that the doctors will then test to see whether or not it's given the patient's inoculation. So that's testing a product on trial with users. The next method is using a focus group. Now, a focus group is usually a group of experts. We've got several experts in different fields that gather around a table and they'll discuss a product in relation to aesthetics, in relation to ergonomics. Might even have a material specialist that can add their 2 pennies worth on the material that's been chosen. And between them, collectively, they'll have an opinion that people would listen to in relation to a new product. Another method of testing a product is to set up a test rig. Very often you see companies that claim that they've got a product that can last 100,000 switches or 10,000 hours, and it means that the product's actually been tested. I've got a good example here of a simulation of somebody sitting in a chair. It's a pneumatic ram that delivers the same force into the chair as somebody sitting, but the computer can get them to sit down and stand up maybe 10,000 times in 24 hours. So you can test very quickly the life expectancy of the product using a test rig. The next method of testing products is carry out surveys or questionnaires. Here we go with a market researcher in the field asking a market niche person about a particular product. They might want to ask about whether or not the cost of the product is suitable, whether or not the product is aesthetically pleasing to them. You can carry out 2 lots of information. You can either do field research with your own questionnaires, or you can go online and find results from other people's questionnaires, what we call desk research, and you can analyse their research in relation to your product. And finally, we're going to look at computer simulation. Sometimes it's just not possible to test products, especially if they've not been developed, if they're just in the initial idea stage. So you might decide to enter information into your computer to simulate its life expectancy. Example of which I've got here. This is a computer model of global warming. So information about greenhouse gas emissions has been put into a computer, and the computer has simulated the weather conditions over, say, a century, and you can see what the temperature rises would be in certain areas of the globe without actually having to wait 100 years to find out the results. So that's 5 different methods of product testing. What you need to do is choose an appropriate method of testing each of your initial ideas. And that's it.